Good Saturday morning, everybody. It's Ali here. Just an update. This has come in from the New Zealand Herald, and I thank Sarah Keoghan for sending this across to me, and also from the criminologist. The criminologist says a third party is likely in the disappearance of Gus Lamont, and welcome also all our new friends across in Australia and New Zealand this morning, and hope you're all well. Very, very sad case of dear little Gus, and there is his sweet angelic hair framed by beautiful golden curls. I mean, they are gorgeous, aren't they? The criminal experts believe a third party is now involved with the disappearance of Gus Lamont after police were forced to scale back the search this week for the missing 4-year-old in remote South Australia, which is, as we know, at Yunta, not far. Well, it is quite a long way from Adelaide, but comparing in Australia to, say, the UK, it's not very far. Augustus, as his name is, or Gus, was last seen by his grandmother playing in the sand in a Minions t-shirt at his family sheep station near the town of Yunta about 5 p.m. on Saturday, September the 27th. When she went to call him inside about half an hour later, the preschooler was nowhere to be seen. Police were forced to scale back the search on Tuesday after a 10-day effort involving helicopters, drones, and Aboriginal trackers failed to yield any clues into the child's disappearance. Speaking to Newscom Australia, criminologist Zante Mallet said all signs now pointed to a third-party involvement. This is extraordinary because it is so isolated. But as we say on the channel, Marvin, never be surprised and always follow the money. So that's our kind of catchphrase. Given he's so young, Gus is very unlikely that he would have run away. And I agree there. Kids, and especially toddlers, they'll go and then they'll, get tired and just sit down, won't they? And maybe start digging the sand or maybe going to sleep. That's more a teenager's kind of thing, which is quite true, actually. The scale of the search and how detailed it was, and the drones and everything else, it does feel at this stage, sadly, that if they haven't found something, that it's likely to be a third-party involvement. Little was found in the 10-day search except for a small boot print near a dam. However, that footprint was later ruled out, with the police saying it was not related to the search. Mallet had said, given the remote nature of the area near Oak Park Station, the lack of evidence found in the search also points to third party. When they were looking for alleged police killer, Desi Freeman, which is an old case, that was really hard environment to search by plane or drone because it's such a dense bushland, whereas this isn't that kind of scenario, she said. No, it's quite flat. It's a bit beach-like. You can see for miles. It's quite barren, isn't it? If he was wandering or had fallen, then the technology and the search strategies they've applied should have located him. The fact that they've scaled back means that they feel they have really searched well enough to do that. So it does feel, sadly, that there's probably somebody else involved. So there's a next stage of the investigation. Police believe Gus was living at the remote homestead with his mother, Jess, his 1-year-old brother, Ronnie, and his grandparents. Yes, there is another little brother involved in this. It is believed Gus's father, Joshua, lives in Ballynorth near Jamestown, about 100 km west of the homestead. The reason for that is he doesn't get on with the grandmother, who we do know about. None of Gus' family members is accused of any wrongdoing or involvement in his disappearance at this time. Speaking generally about missing children cases, Mallet said police are likely to start looking into those physically present at the time of Gus's disappearance. Especially with young children, they will all look at those family dynamics, she said. So that is the place where they actually start. Also, phone tower pings. Sorry, it is Saturday morning. This is quite relevant nowadays. I don't know whether it's luck or perhaps it's the technology that we're able to use these devices to actually pinpoint where people are and what's going on. Mallet also said one major component of the case, which will assist police, is the lack of phone towers in the remote area. In the case of Cleo Smith, who was taken from a campsite in Western Australia, a single ping to a phone tower, which was only built in 2018, helped lead police to the phone of her kidnapper, Terence Darrell Kerry. There won't have been that many in the area, Mallet said. So those people whose phones do ping, police will be able to track down and speak to. And I think that's quite an important development here because, phones do tell 1,000 stories. And the other thing is, of course, even if they are obliterated or wiped, as we say here, they can still get that data back. So that is a really good way to go down and try and find out who was around that area at that time. The William Tyrrell lead detectives weigh in. Former homicide squad detective Gary Dublin is also in the opinion that another person is involved in the Gus Lamont case. And there we have a picture of the investigation now being managed by the Missing People section and inquiries at the SA Police. So, they've done their best. I mean, Australia's a huge, huge place. And as you can see by just looking at the ground, there's not a lot of cover there. So you would see a little blonde-haired little lad, wouldn't you? The fact is the police were looking at third-party intervention was a lesson learnt from the William Tyrrell investigation, in which he said the whole focus was on finding the little boy lost. And that should be the same here. Children disappearing at that age is a very rare event. This is getting to be so... You're wondering, I think it's because of the new technology we have that these cases are coming more to light quicker, which is a good thing in a way because it means that the police can act a bit swifter. All we need to do is to find Gus, and that is the priority of any of the investigations. And that is why Marvin and I keep on about trying to protect young people from drugs and from other nefarious things, but just to play outside, which every little one should do, and get snatched or disappear is heartbreaking. And our hearts do go out to the family involved. A special drone was deployed earlier in the week, and it had a significant aerial search. That had infrared capabilities. We haven't had the results on that, so we'll get to you as soon as we've got those results. And I just want to say hi to everybody that I know in Adelaide and in Australia and New Zealand, and all our expat people. Come over to Streamline Investigations, and we have a really friendly base here, and we're trying to help people worldwide. So hi to everybody, or good day, as they say it, and please see if anybody has got any inkling of anything that's gone wrong here with little Gus Lamont. Please get in touch with SA Police or Crime Stoppers or your local police, any little inch of things that you might have seen that you know, it sometimes it's these tiny things that just a chat with somebody and you think, well, gosh, are they involved? It doesn't matter if they're not involved. If we can rule them out to start with, that's a help. So everybody put their thinking caps on and let's find this little boy, Gus. He needs to be home with his parents, safe and sound and cuddled up. Thank you, everybody. It's Ali here. Have a great weekend and don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Investigations and our bigger sister or brother, Streamline Entertainment. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.